Lester, how was your weekend? It is a fine Tuesday here in the mighty Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Pants are optional. I appreciate you going with the casual shorts, my friend Lester, and my friends looking at me directly on the YouTubes. Here comes the theme song.
What the hell is this?
I speak jive.
Will you stop? As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
You don't like it? We don't care.
What a dumb thing to do. I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
The recognized symbol of excellence in
Dramatic comedy. Pushing forward, the beverages are here, large coffee, dollar drinks times 1, and dollar drinks times 2. The commemorative gift from Mama Canada, aka Queen Mother Canada, Queen Mama, all the good. Lynn Riddell is my mother. You know what we're talking about, and you know what we're about to do. And again. That looks good for now. Lid's going back on. This is becoming a thing. Ceremonial first sip was more of a chug. Hello! Welcome to the program. You know what my name is. I'm going to say it again. Colin from Canada. You know what the program is. I'm going to say it again. Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk. Episode 23. Michael Jordan wore number 23. And that's all I have to say about that. Guys, it's going to be a good program. It's going to be an entertaining program because, simply put, the camera is directed at this enormous pale cranium and the man that cannot grow a beard. So it's going to be entertaining. All the segments are here. We're not introducing anything new and we're not reliving any of the newer segments this week. The interview was a smash hit, okay? The fact that I was able to pull that off in the amount of time I filmed over there, and it's all technical things between me and Lester. Perhaps you wouldn't understand if you're not in the game of creating YouTube magic. But I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Men's toes is not forgotten. We will be getting back to that. I can't put my finger on my own finger. I've got it. I'm a big boy now. Men's toes, we haven't forgot about it. That will be making a comeback in the coming weeks, perhaps next week. Lynn Riddell's segment will be appearing very soon. And perhaps another interview. I don't want to tease anything, but all the standards, what I'm saying is all the standards are on this week's program. All the segments you've grown to love. And why have you grown to love them? Because I've forced them down your throat. Every week. We do nonsense. We do drivel. And it turns into, what is it? You're yelling it. I hear you guys, Pig Boss. I hear you. Dramatic comedy. Okay? So, before we get the bumpers and all the wheels turning in motion, the pen is taped, the AmCan connection. Jason Knupp and I are in fact the single greatest tag team walking the earth today. Harley Race, are you jealous of my crown? Because I am the king of YouTube. Lester said so, so it's the truth. Good coffee, always free. The leak is fixed, but the drywall is still jacked. Tropic Thunder, one of the newer movies making its appearance on my back wall. That was from the video store days. I don't need to tell you that, folks. Okay? My drinks are in front of me. You can't see them, but they're right here, and I'm ready to drink them all while I film this episode. And you know what happens when I drink them all? The caffeine enters the body, okay? And like Hulk Hogan hulking up, okay, the sweaty hair, the bald spot, it's flying back and forth. It's gonna be one hell of a comeback. But it's not a comeback because we just started. I gotta stop talking. I can feel it. I can feel it! Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when when Will's getting married and he gives Carlton his Chictionary and there's an aura around him? I can feel it! We're gonna edit in the clip of what I'm talking about in case you didn't know what I'm saying.
You can feel it. I can feel the power. Yes!
Lester, let's roll the first bumper.
You gotta break that, Jess. That's illegal.
Well, you can't blame Hefner. He doesn't have eyes in the back of his head.
Friends, that was quite possibly my favorite welcome to a show I've ever filmed. So I can kind of get a feeling in my lower buttock that this episode is going to be special because I'm already laughing and we've filmed barely anything. It's going to be a good one, guys. And what better way to pull back the steering and raise the plane into the air than by starting with 5 VHS from the collection. No belch. Power karate. Hunks with hats. Tai Chi for arthritis. Stretching to the classics. Friends, hi. Hi there. Colin from Canada, you know it. I don't have to introduce myself every segment, although that could start to become a thing, if you ask nicely. It's 5 VHS from the collection. They're right here. We're going to begin right now. Along the same lines as last week when we did the cop stuff. Real Cops, America's Warriors. What you're going to see is not TV cop shows material. The footage reveals real-life situations encountered by the men and women of American law enforcement who protect our homes, businesses, and lives on an everyday basis. The real action videos capture everything from a wild suspected drunk driver chase to a bloody fist fight. Also, sit in on interviews with big city cops giving the inside scoop. Real Cops, America's Warriors features canine dog attacks, suicides, gang shootings, bloody fights, inside interviews, hot chases and crashes, and much more. Watch America's Finest as they collar the suspects and demonstrate that crime does not pay. Warning: contains violence and actual uncensored footage. No nudity. Parental discretion advised. View at your own risk. So that is very much along the same lines as last week's Cop VHS. Comrades in arms with your man. Don't do steroids because I think it gave me cancer. Lyle Alzado. You know what I'm talking about. The Cold War is over, but the battle is still blazing as Russia and America join forces to become comrades in arms when a ruthless international drug cartel threatens to impose a new world order of its own. Aggressive, no-nonsense CIA chief Rob Reed calls an emergency summit with the KGB counterpart with lightning speed. Red Army Spitnats Commandos, I'm saying Spitnats wrong, and the elite U.S. Delta Force are dispatched into action. But as the cartel's terrorist army continues to march across international borders, it's up to Green Beret veteran Rick Burns to forge the Americans and the Soviets into a fighting machine before time runs out. From the jungles of Colombia to the heart of Red Square, two former enemies join forces under one common cause when survival means they must become comrades in arms. Okay? Now we're on to a bit of a female tip, which was completely not planned. It's just whatever I grabbed from the pile. Housewife from hell. That's right. John has reached his limit. Melissa has to go. Her sexy body and charm are being wasted. She's become lazy with no passion. John has a plan and Melissa's about to have the worst hair day of her life. John very carefully slips a live blow dryer into Melissa's lap as she is taking her evening bath. Finally, his troubles are over. Or are they? Now free from his wifely noose, John goes wild, drinking, partying, and having lots of sex. He's sure this is the life until Melissa returns to haunt him. This time she's angry and determined to use her charm and sex appeal to get revenge. John's life is getting complicated. The police are after him. So is the insurance company, and so is his dead wife. Choices have to be made. Melissa has truly become the housewife from hell. Erotic comedy. Don't know if there was a section in my video store growing up for the erotic comedies, but you never know. Rough Riders. Look at the cover on that beauty. Just a picture and Rough Riders. A girl is gang raped by wow, they went right into it. A girl is gang raped by roughnecks. Margot and her female bikers arrive and use their whips to teach the goons a painful lesson. Speed, leader of the motorcycle gang, is going to a rumble, so the women are on their own. The girls rustle up a lonely farm boy and turn him on in an orgy of pleasure. Busted for drugs, they escape to a free-love sex colony ruled by the Guru King. Donna accidentally witnesses a murder and is silenced by King in a hideous ritual of his drugged demon worship cult. Riding to the rescue, Speed's men defeat King's cult in a bloody brawl. King tries to escape from Speed in a deadly chase. The girls rescued, they ride off for more rough adventure. Did they just tell me the whole movie on the back of the movie? That was detailed description of everything that happens, and a lot of things are happening here in Rough Riders. Finally, to close out the female motif of the last three, we have Sisters of Death, and the top of the movie just got jiggity-whacked. There's nobody to hear your scream except your killer. Sisters of Death. 6 lovely high school girls are involved in initiation ceremonies for their exclusive society, the Sisters. A shot from a presumably harmless pistol, part of the initiation ritual, kills Elizabeth. She's out early, folks. 7 years later, each of the remaining sisters receive identical letters inviting them to a reunion at a remote castle. That night begins a reign of terror and madness as Elizabeth's death is revenged. That's a sweet little pile of 5 beauties in the VHS format taken from the pile in the lower level of the Riddell estate.
And now that adrenaline is flowing heavy through the body of the huckster.
Lester, if I could probe you with a question. The holiday family get-togethers, when the turkey is present in the center of the dinner table, you are at the head of. I'd like to ask, does Cheryl lead the conversation? And are people able to follow all the directions that she goes in when she's talking at the holiday family get-togethers?
You have no idea who knows me. I'm not the rancher. I got marbles here. I have 2 boobs, not 6. Do you know you have scratchy toilet paper? Oh, here. How long I've been coming in front of you? Long time, huh? You know how I know? No. Actually, you're with Woody Brinkman. I don't know if you're related. If I'd have wanted that land, I'd have bought that land.
Friends, it isn't a large, it's a medium haul. You know where I'm going with this. It's time for the thrift store pickups. It's not a big haul, but it's a variety of things, unique items, games, media. There's some good things in there. And I broke the cardinal rule that I have preached to you friends when shopping at a thrift store. I broke that rule. Lester's gonna roll some exciting music, and we're gonna get to the thrift store pickups and the rule that I broke. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit? John Dote Hit. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit. John DeHurt. Friends, it is time once again for the weekly thrift store pickups. I will be turning to the left, and I will inform you it is another 2-chair haul. Let's get right into it with the lame-o stuff. Brand new pack of 50 blank DVDs to add to the empire right in the door. We'll do media, we'll do some Blu-rays and some CDs. Attrition with Steven Seagal is a foreign Seagal movie, to my knowledge, was not released through the usual means that he releases films and goes straight to Walmart. So this was a real treat to find because I didn't think it was actually released. You get what I'm saying. But Attrition, starring Steven Seagal. Excuse me, some Blu-rays. UFC Ultimate Heavyweights on Blu-ray. 40 full-length heavyweight fights. UFC 100. And if we take it out of the thing, brand new. So take that to the bank and smoke it. Is that the term? I don't think so. Followed up by a Van Damme unsung beauty of a movie. Is it Kickboxer? You're goddamn right it is. Kickboxer, I've only ever encountered on a double DVD released by a rogue studio, so the quality's probably bad. I'm really going into detail over my collection of stupidness, but Van Damme on Blu-ray with Kickboxer was a great find, and I was super excited about it. It's still sealed, and that was $3. $3. I'm doing the math in my head. That was $3.50. My apologies. But still, brand new, $3.50. I'll take it. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I did. Best of the truck driver songs. Without the glare, I'm trying to get a good shot of that cover. Is that a beauty? Look at that. A personal note from who's Red Sovine? Who's Red Sovine? Because there's a personal note from Red Sovine included. Should I read it to you? It's kind of long, so I won't. I'm gonna figure out who Red Sovine is, and we're gonna put it up in the edit. It'll be up on there, and you'll finally realize, and again, be able to sleep tonight knowing who Red Sovine was. Garfield, he takes the cake in his 5th book by Jim Davis. That crazy feline. Something for Jason over at my tag team partner. Let's get it. Find Your Fate G.I. Joe book. That was $1. Now, I have never read, I do know about this comic strip, but I have never read it, and it was hard to pass this up. This is the complete Doonesbury. And we open it up here. It's taped shut, but we have a poster with all the characters that ever appeared in the strip. We have a user manual. It's taped, so I can't really. A user manual that will tell you all about the comic strip and every comic strip ever produced by Gary Trudeau, I believe. Yes, Gary Trudeau, right? It's Gary Trudeau. Yeah. On a USB stick, sorry. So this was $9.99 and regular $170 in Canada. For you US folks playing along at home, $125. Okay? If you want to get a pricing on that. I don't know. Again, I've never read anything for Doonesbury, but when you get the whole collection for one price, it's kind of hard, and especially, I'm babbling. Let's move forward, push forward. Another item for Jason over at the New 80s Revolution. I think you'll get a kick out of this. When this was made in 1984, and it's the head chair, folks, okay? It's the head chair with the box. Shall we open it up? Yes, we shall. Wow, this thing has never been used. Or it might have been. There's a bit of a stain there, but not a bad stain. Folks, the head chair. Okay. Let's get that back. It has a very fresh. Wow. Like some sort of fragrance that I cannot name because my mind has been taken away somewhere. Jason, it's the head chair. You'll be getting that next time we bring the two forces together and the AmCan connection is in one room together. Quite possibly this room. Guys, stay tuned for that. That's still in the works. I'm going to bring over the games. We're going to go one at a time here. This is I honestly don't know why I purchased this, but it's the Zenith 2 Payloader Flying Model Rocket Kit. Just kind of has that late 60s, early 70s feel. This is a shell of a rocket, for those who like to shoot rockets off. And you just have to buy the engine, because the engine, as it says here, is not included. but you're going to need a first stage B30, B60, C60, upper stage A32, B33, B64, C66. Those who launch rockets and are one of the 82 subscribers will know exactly what I just said. Doctor Who, the card game, there's a very good chance that you guys have already watched me purchase this, and this has already appeared on a thrift store pickup. Please, if you're a really die-hard viewer and have watched every single second of what has been produced out of this cranium, out of this mouth, put together by the man standing over there, let me know. Have I bought this already? I think I might have. The Forgotten Planet board game. Okay? Risk, Game of Thrones edition. This has 8 jillion pieces. I love Risk. The girlfriend loves Game of Thrones. So I thought that might be a good put together. Zigzag Zoom game. Zigzag Zoom. This is how shall I describe it? You raise up the thing and drop balls and they land in several different point values. You know what I'm saying. And I know what you guys are waiting for. You guys are waiting for, how did Colin break his cardinal rule when purchasing items from the thrift store? And I will tell you, by bringing in Milton Bradley's Screaming Eagles game. Folks, what do I tell you about purchasing board games from the thrift store? Yes, you know, and I know. First off, you go to the instructions and you look for the contents of the board game. And there will always be a list of the contents of the board game either on the instruction manual or on the bottom of the game. For Screaming Eagles, it was on the instruction manual. And did I go over all the items to make sure they were there? Friends, I did not. All of the majority of these items were purchased from one thrift store. So when I get on a roll, like, oh that, it's not usually like that. Usually it's one CD. Okay, next thrift store. You know, but this one I was getting a lot of hits and I was getting excited. And when I get excited, my brain falls out of my backside. So this, needless to say, is not complete. So I can't keep it. Now, this is the gripping story, so ladies, please don't get excited. I now have to tell my brain, when you encounter Screaming Eagles again at the next thrift store, you have to remember, this will ring a bell, but it wasn't all there. So Colin, you have to purchase it because you did purchase it last time, but it was missing pieces. How do I tell my brain I don't have it? This is real, folks, and it's just nonsense. And this was this week's thrift store pickups.
There's the big guy to a standing ovation as Andre makes his way into this capacity crowded arena.
Friends, as we discussed last week, if you're a newsman on location and you're the only man there, you are a one-man band. Like I explained, you are the camera, you are the sound, you are the lighting, and you are cueing yourself, and you are the script writer. You get what I'm saying? I don't need to list anymore. Another thing you need is coordination, okay? You need to walk and talk. You need to talk the talk, and you need to walk the walk. When that bright red light is on you, you gotta know where it is. You know what I'm saying? This is a fine example of not only hard-hitting news, but a man who knows coordination.
Done something that is very good.
He was murdered,
but now he's dead.
Reach out to the man who died.
Do the math.
Your mama, she's for free and everybody knows it.
We are KY3 Production, and we'd like the opportunity to visit next production.
Friends, as you know, John Riddell and I, John Riddell, of course, the living legend, and myself partake in errands, and we do our thing and move around town on the daily. John Riddell has a bridge or plate that replaces a missing tooth in his mouth. The bridge / plate, whatever you want to call it, I think it's the same thing, has broken. And he tends to leave the house. I mean, he can put it in, but it's not how it should be. So he doesn't wear it, and he has a gaping. But let me tell you something. If we get to the car and we load the dog in and we load John Riddell in and he's forgotten his hat because his hair is a mess, got to go back and get the hat. But if he's missing his tooth, hat'll be fine. You'll notice the missing tooth in this video. Guys, it's time for John Riddell, living legend.
How much is in butter? How much is in butter? How much is in butter?
Colin from Canada here, reporting live from the Riddell driveway. John Riddell's been going through donations to be sent to the thrift stores, and he's discovered this little gem. And what were you saying, John?
I'm looking for a bike club to join.
There you go. Johnny's looking for a bike club to join you guys. Friends, the nose hairs are getting a bit long, and they are itchy as a you-know-what. So I will tend to that prior to next week's production. Pushing forward. Friends, it's time for Let's Go Through My Camera Roll. And I know some weeks it's a bit of a pity party as I thoroughly complain over the lack of photos. And damn it, I need to remind myself to take photos. I have managed to get 5 photos of some sort of interest to you, the viewer, and that I think are moderately close to being amusing. My babble will heighten the level of interest in them once we roll the bumper. You'll see. Dry cleaning movies, mushrooms on toast. Just a couple of horses' asses. Electric pressure cooker, urinating. Passion fruit chest cake, Charles Barkley. Sometimes we have them on the laptop here. They're always on the phone, but if there's nothing to read on the photo, I write them down here so I can talk to you straight on and not have to see the side of my face and how enormous it is. Guys, photo number 1, I don't know where we're gonna put it up, but you'll see it right now. A few Halloweens ago, went to a Halloween party of my girlfriend's friends, so didn't know a lot of people. And I was a hooker, and my girlfriend was my pimp. My pimp will not be photographed here today, but we'll get a good look at Colin in 2 great shots, I believe. The full body shot, which is probably up right now. I was wearing a brassiere, if you look closely. Okay, thank you. And then the next one, which is 1B, will be a close-up of the newly shaven, holy cow, he looks like he's 12 years old, Colin Riddell in full makeup and blonde wig. Fun fact about that party, one of the patrons at the Halloween party was a bit intoxicated and proceeded to sit down beside me and, hey, how much for rolling the hay with you? How cheap of you, he starts doing the jokes that are not even close to the level that I'm at. And I just looked at him and said, what the hell are you talking about? It was beautiful. Okay, photo number 2. We have the old sign on the door where the spelling just isn't quite up to par. Folks, this store will be Kloss for maintenance. So if you're looking for the store to be open, I'm sorry, it's Kloss. They have maintenance to do. Take your business to another store. Photo number 3, that's not even close to the correct spelling of Colin for my coffee order at McDonald's. This is years back. I will take a double L-I-N and not get offended when we really know that Colin is spelt with 1 L. Let's be real. But the double L-E-N harkens back to a time of Colleen. Sorry, that's the coffee. I'm not Colleen, I'm Colin. And God damn it, it's 1 L-I-N. Photo number 4, I think. Are we at 4? Yeah, we're at 4. Is this woman who was it's a flag blowing in the wind outside Mississauga City Hall. And I have no idea who this woman is. It's not the mayor. I don't know. It's just a woman. But she's looking beautiful. And I don't want to speak for her, but could they have got a more flattering photo of her for the flag displayed outside Mississauga City Hall? Who knows? I'm absolutely lost. I think we're on, okay. We'll do it. We'll count along. The drag, Colin and drag, closed for maintenance, Colleen, the woman. Guys, we're at photo number 5. It's the way I've written it that makes it look like I have more than 5. Saw this in the thrift store today with Mama Canada, aka the Queen Mother, aka someone from Canada. What's the other one? Mama Canada, Queen Mother of Canada, please and thank you. This is dragging on far too long. Guys, it's Peter Allen. And that's the pose that he took for the front cover of his album. I didn't purchase it, but I took that photo so it could live with me all the live long day. I've ended, let's go through my camera roll with all the live long day. Lester, no commenting from you.
Another victory, one of the thousands in the book for that man right there. Don't go away.
Friends, in the previous weeks, we have learned that Ray has accused the town council of writing him a letter and intimidating him, and the cop wanted to beat him up. You know what I'm talking about. The mystery is at its apex. I believe we have an answer, and it will be in this clip. For those that have been following along for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, it has come to a head, and here we go. Lester, you might already know the answer. I don't. So roll it.
Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. You could say that it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Because I was intimidated. My mother was sickly.
You're out of order. Sit down. Get away from the podium and sit down.
No.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
The deep end of the pool is 5 feet and a half. So most of my viewers, they don't need to worry about drowning because they're not going to drown. Creative, Colin. It's time for the deep cut deep dive. Lester, we're keeping it. It was horrible, but we're keeping it. Lester didn't know what clips to take from the deep cut deep dive, so instead Colin from Canada is singing over this bumper. I assure you, this is real. Friends, welcome. It is this week's Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk Deep Cut Deep Dive, and I am going to go mostly off the top of my head. I feel I'm better that way, instead of trying to focus on the details and the facts over to my right on the laptop. It's time to get back into the collected works of one John Hughes, and again, not the major, but the minor ones that they may have passed by you. Dutch was the last one we covered. And this week, it is the 1991 feature entitled Career Opportunities, starring Frank Whaley, Jennifer Connelly, and some other folks. Oh, funny enough, minor role from William Forsythe, so we can use that photo again. He was in the 84 classic Cloak and Dagger that we covered last week or the week before. Again, I produce so much greatness, I can't remember week to week. Pushing forward, 1991, Career Opportunities. Frank Whaley portrays Jim Dodge, a small town liar who has a great inability to hold down a job. He, at the same time, perhaps maybe doesn't want to grow up all that much. So he's the town liar who can't keep a job. And he has acquired a new job in town as the department store night cleanup boy. The department store is a Target store. Fun fact, great cameo by John Candy as the store's manager who interviews Frank Whaley, Jim Dodge, for the job at Target. Great scene, you're gonna watch out for that. And he is locked in overnight. William Forsythe is the main man who cleans the store, but now that he's got a helper, well, he can take off and leave Jim Dodge in charge to do everything. So William Forsythe locks Jim Dodge in the Target overnight so he can complete his job. I say locks loosely because Frank is able to take out the garbage and put it in the dumpster, and the dumpster's outside. So technically he's not locked in. They may have dropped the ball on that aspect of the movie, but we look past that. Getting to my point, also locked in the department store is the town's richest family's daughter, who doesn't get along with dad at home and is contemplating shoplifting so she can get arrested and kind of shame him in the town's eyes. You know, the gossipy townspeople. Did you hear? She wants to... Anyways, she falls asleep, and so you know where this is going. Jim Dodge is spending an evening locked in a Target with the town rich daughter. I won't go any further than that because that is all that you need to know. The dialogue is great. It's written by John Hughes, so you know that he comes correct with the dialogue. I'm drifting here, folks. I'm back. I don't believe it's streaming anywhere. I will look before I post the video and put it up here if it is. But of course, as you know, we're going to throw that up every time. And if you really want to watch the movie, I will send you a copy free of charge. That's what Colin from Canada provides when we're talking about Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, the single greatest show, next to some other ones, here on YouTube. Guys, it's career opportunities. It's John Hughes's perhaps forgotten work or less popular work, but it needs a spotlight on it, and I'm delivering that to you. I'm going to stop talking now.
Plenty of excitement and action in this one. You can go to the bank with that. Both of these guys quick as greased lightning and devastating in whatever they do.
Friends, I've said it before, never on this program and never out loud, but I will say it now. To be successful on a game show, you don't necessarily need to know and be book smarts. Book smarts? Book smart. Book smarts? Book smart! Don't have to be book smart. You just need general knowledge. And a lot of times, general knowledge comes in the form of catchy phrases or sayings that we know as the urban lexicon, if I may get that descriptive with you folks. I guess you know what I'm saying. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. 2 scoops of raisin in a package of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. You know what I'm talking about. Jingles, sayings, where's the beef? I'm trying to get off commercials and think of, Santa, I don't know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Roll it. This guy mastered it.
When things aren't going my way, I'm thinking pasta. 2,500.
Here's the VHS collection.
Your Construction Safety Association.
If I can make it there, I'd make it anywhere. What city are we talking about, Jimmy? Phoenix.
Friends, let me tell you something. Those that know, so if you know, you don't need to listen. But for those that don't know, you better listen. How do you know if you don't know? If I haven't even started, I don't know, but let's proceed forward. Push forward. Gorilla Monsoon is who we're talking about. It's the introduction to the Gorilla Monsoon quote of the week. And let me tell you, not upon championship wrestling in the 70s, Gorilla Monsoon is set to take on one Baron Mikel Cicluna, Canadian, not from Malta, originally from Burlington, Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. They were set to tussle, and I believe after the match, a young whippersnapper named Muhammad Ali entered the ring. Gorilla Monsoon proceeded to give him an airplane spin and set him down rather casually. Guys, it's time for Gorilla Monsoon quote of the week.
Did you see that?
Couldn't see it from our vantage point.
Will you stop? All kinds of pandemonium broken loose here.
It's pandemonium.
Big John Studd tipping in at well over 350 pounds. A mountain of a man.
Friends, there is a battle going on to my right. There is a challenger itching to get a crack at the champion. It will all come together momentarily, because this is only the introduction to Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk Show and Tell. Delta Force Pizza. Delta Force Pizza. Friends, it's the time. It is Friday, July 11th, 4:40 in the PM. Not usually filming at this time, but we're down to the wire. You guys know how it goes when you have greatness and you have to harness it, much like a champion racehorse. It takes some time. No idea what I'm saying. Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. T are currently leading the gang over at the 4077 MASH figures, not figurines. We have a 7-1. Excuse Ito up in the, not gonna do it. It's 7-1 for Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. T. It looks like they are gonna take it, barring a huge miracle that never occurs between now and the time that this video drops. So let's take a look at the challenger. SWAT, rescue parachute with belt clip, and first off, MOC mint on card, I'm learning, you guys know, and also my favorite part, you know I love this too, unpunched. Unpunched, guys. This is all the way from 1976. So this is 49 years young. It's the rescue parachute with belt clip from TV Superstars. So it's basically just a parachute thing that you throw up in the air and it comes down again. Nothing crazy. But do you guys remember SWAT? Lasted 2 seasons. It's been redone now with Shamar Moore and whoever, but the original 70s had Robert Culp, and I can't remember dude's name here, but definitely a hell of a program. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a Stephen J. Canal production. I'm gonna pause video and take a gander at that. We're gonna be right back. Guys, we're back. He has nothing to do with it. And that's Steve Forrest. So we're able to get that in there. Stephen J. Canal, nothing to do with it. But 2 seasons were released. The theme song is amazing. It's action-packed. It's 70s action. And they're a SWAT team. Hello? The most ludicrous storylines. They gotta call the SWAT team. Every episode, they gotta call the SWAT team. It is beautiful. And this is just a toy. I believe I paid less than $20 for this. I think I paid $15 for this. And in my eyes, that's a steal for a toy from 1976. Unpunched, mint on card. You guys know how it goes. You gotta vote. So we have a flimsy parachute with belt clip going up against the likes of which are amazing in a wrestling legend and a TV legend, Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. T. It's time to vote. I don't think SWAT has a chance in hell, but I could be surprised. I won't. Vote now.
Can't do that very long with Adonis because he'll put the lights out for you.
Friends, when you are a perfectionist and a blithering idiot at the same time, trying to make everybody laugh at every moment of every chance you get, there's bound to be errors, mistakes, and bloopers. Do you know where I'm heading with this bus? Beep, beep. Guys, it's time for the bloopers, and if I'm not mistaken, these should put a smile on your face, a warm feeling in your heart, and perhaps a guffaw out of your mouth. What am I doing? Gotta stop saying, What can I tell you? Try again, son. What am I, deep in thought up in here? That's here nor there. You are actually laughing. Put a candle in the window. Program, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Hey, everybody. How are you? Hey. Everything starts with P. This particular... Nope. I've already been decimating? No. Well, welcome in, friends. Welcome. It's good. Welcome twice? We can't have that. It's going to be an entertaining. Friends. What? What is this? I feel like the Macho Man, Randy said, oh yeah, oh yeah, coming in hot, Ricky Steamboat. What's it gonna, no, whoa, hey, not ready. To us, this is not working, whatever the hell this is. Not a complete viewing until you watch the entirety of this greatness. Is it Fuji salt in your eye blinding you, thus making you, speaking of holding and hugging, on August 28th, the Rushmore show is gonna hold me and my tag team partner, Jason Nupp, over at the 80s Revolution. Not John Riddell, but Gorilla Monsoon. Ah! Didn't mean to. What? As I try to as well, don't like it. The holidays. Not the holiday family get-together. Single greatest pile of crap going here on the YouTube.
Double underhook over the back, could be all over here, no. Wow, was that close.
Friends, I'm gonna hit record and I'm gonna bring up the large coffee, add 2 milk for Colin, please. Order number 936, and I'm gonna bring that beverage to my mouth. And I am going to take an extended sip. I just did. Because I am that relaxed. I'm burning that type of film, although we're not shooting on film. I have no need to hurry. I have no need to worry. Because, as you know, lately it's been a learning process. Not learning how to keep a sponsor. I still haven't learned that. But learning through what the sponsor provides us. And not just myself and Lester, but you, the viewer. Helpful facts of the dangers of everyday lives. The things we encounter on a daily, I'm blocking that. I'm sorry. I can't have my cranium blocking the single greatest tag team walking the earth today. That, of course, being the AmCan connection. Are you sick of this friendship? Where was I? Of course. The public service announcements bring a spotlight and shines a light upon things perhaps we take for granted in our everyday lives. They're still here, and I think they're going to remain here. Did I just jinx it? Oh, I don't think so. Because only the best of luck happens to Colin from Canada. Guys, I've veered, but I think I got it back. It's time for this week's sponsor.
You ever had India food?
Will you please stop?
Catch it.
The Empire of Taste. Will you please stop?
Catch it.
Hey, be careful.
No, that didn't have to happen either. Come back. An inexpensive grab bar on the wall. A clean, dry floor. Thinking ahead about hazards around the house pays off, just as ignoring them can hurt badly.
Friends, I filmed a goodbye, but I didn't like the start of it because I implied that what I was trying to say, I tripped over my words when I was trying to put two things together. I will not use that. We're putting that to the side, and we're going to start again. Friends, it's time for the goodbyes, and I would like to thank each and every one of you. If you are viewing this, as you know, you've ran the full mile and crossed the finish line together, arm in arm, with myself and my producer, Lester, so I thank you. those people would be the 80s Movie Den, Pig Boss, Dynamite Tiger, and Retro Ray. There are others who don't kind of live in the comments, and that's fine. I know there's others that watch the entirety, but those are the heavy hitters. Those are the heavy hitters. They're first in the lineup. They're batting 1, 2, 3, and 4. The cleanup hitter would be Retro Ray. I think he's got some muscle in that swing. You know what I'm talking about. Dynamite Tiger, he can steal bases like there's no tomorrow. And Pig Boss is just, he feels the game in his mind. And that's how he controls the game. He thinks it. You know what, Pig Boss. I know. So, it's time for the goodbyes, but I mentioned it last week, and I have to mention it again, because a certain duo will be having me and my tag team partner over on their live program, August 28th. What is the program, you ask? I'm going to tell you right now, The Rushmore Show. We will be covering retro TV dads. I'm not going to say that me and my tag team partner came up with that idea. That would be letting the cat out of the bag. We're not going to mention that. You guys got to tune in August 28th, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a live program, so fireworks could appear. I will be on my best behavior, keeping the curse words to a minimum. That means 0, as I do here. I drop some S-bombs once in a while, but never F-bombs, okay? My vocabulary is too vast to lower myself to F-bombs. Did I cover everything? Hey, everybody. I love you too. I can hear you. Lester, do you want to say it? That joke never dies. The pepperettes are a firm $12. There is no haggling. Die Paper-Rates seinen steifig $12 ein Aufdinger.
A recognized symbol of excellence in
dramatic comedy.